Hold on one second. All right, yo, what's up, Masters? Welcome to another episode of Path to Mastery. And we are live right now with Mr. Raufeon Stots. What is up, sir?
What is up, man? It's good to be here. Good to be talking to you. I'm
Thank
just
you.
chilling.
Yeah, it's an honor, man. Crap, we just met at the pool like less than a week ago, right?
Literally, I think it was at an elevator
Yeah,
first, and then at the pool.
that's it. Well, here's the thing, right? I watched the fight that night, right? And you knocked the hell out of that dude, man. He was unconscious. And then the next morning I got up early, go to the gym, and I'm coming back from the gym, and you're in the elevator. I'm like, holy shit, that's the dude. And that was like super cool. Yeah, so just appreciate that, man. So you're the bantamweight world champion right now, Bellator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's congratulations on that.
I'm also in a World Grand Prix tournament. So it was me, and it started at like 10 guys. And now I'm in the semifinals of that.
And you're in the semifinal of that. How many guys are left?
So there is, I want to say, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I think it's 6 people left now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Yeah. And so you're in that final. And you're right. You're 18-1, right? And I'm going to get back to that in a minute. But you're 18-1. How long you been fighting?
So I've been fighting about like 8 years, since 2014. Yeah, since 2014.
Okay, so you're young. You wait, 21, 22?
No, I'm 33.
Oh, you're 33. So damn.
Yeah, so I did.
You look younger than 33. Man.
Yeah, right. I did wrestling. I was a national champion in wrestling in college. So I did that first, and then I took like a kind of a year to I was coaching wrestling, and then kind of found MMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me ask you this question. You fought, you're 18-1 overall. That means there's 17 other people you fought with. You beat them all. Like before I even go there, how did you get started in fighting, and why'd you get started in fighting?
Yeah, so like I said, I was a wrestler. So I wrestled through college, and I was going to go to like the Olympic route, or that was the plan. So I was finishing up my degree at the university, and I was also like helping coaching. And while I was doing that, there was a guy by the name of Jens Pover, who was like the first. You know Jens Pover?
I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
Yeah, I heard of him.
UFC.
Yeah, so the first lightweight UFC champion. And he was starting a gym in Kearney, Nebraska, where I started, where I was doing wrestling. And he pretty much was like, I needed somebody to help like with the wrestling. So he needed somebody to come and just like show the MMA fighters wrestling, like help coach the classes for wrestling. And I was like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. And I did that for him. And then he eventually like got me to go do a couple boxing classes, and I liked that. And got me to do a couple jiu-jitsu classes, and I liked that. And then he got me to do kind of like some MMA. He was like, man, you might as well fight. You know, and he got a way about him that I was like, man, you know what? I might as well. Take a fight. And actually, Jens Pover is like, he's like my big brother in MMA, like my godfather in MMA. He's just like, every time I need a big decision, or like even when I won or anything big, he and his family like calls me. And so that's who started me in MMA. Actually, was Jens Pover.
That's amazing, man. I can't remember his fight. I mean, I remember the fight. I just don't remember who he beat.
He took BJ Penn, which was crazy because that's Hawaii's finest right there.
Yeah, BJ. BJ was the man for a long time.
He was the prodigy for a long time too. Yeah, so he took him out.
So how important do you think it was to your success having Jens in your corner, and how did you think that relationship really helped you to move you along to reach this level?
I think that's been pivotal to like I said, I like every big decision I made in MMA, I've ran it across Jens Pover and see what he's thought about or what, he thinks I should do. And it just helped me to not like make as many mistakes, because I've been in here, like I'm older, but I've been in MMA relatively younger or not that long of a time. But I wasn't really making a lot of mistakes because Gents Pover would like steer me away from them. You know what I mean? And I would, even with like my techniques, I wasn't learning like bad habits. I was learning a lot of the good habits. I knew like a lot of the things outside of him winning a championship, the intangible things, that he told me to like kind of stay away from, to just make my path to being a world champion a lot smoother.
So what do you think is like for you the key to your success? Like I saw you fight. That was the first fight I've seen of yours. I just happened to rent that card, and the guy you fought, tough guy, right? I know he was calling you a bully. Really he seemed more like a bully. To be honest,
he was really good. He was
no joke.
He was a world champion before. He challenged for multiple different multiple different weight classes. His record was like 25-3. He was really, really good.
Yeah. So how did but you? I mean, the fight. I remember. I think it was the second round. You knocked him out, right? It was the second round, right?
Third. The beginning. Third round.
Okay, third round. Yeah. If I remember, you guys were doing some grappling. He was trying to get you tied up, but
he was actually. I would say he was winning the fight. He wasn't like dominating me, but he was like kind of winning on a position. I was doing a little more damage, but positionally he was like winning the fight. Or in my eyes, I would say. I think most people would say the same thing. I think he was winning that fight to that point.
But don't you think, like I've been following MMA for a long time, back from like literally like Hoist Gracie, Tank Abbott, those days, right? So
I mean,
it's been a minute. Yeah, I met Chuck Liddell and a lot of those guys, but you could tell in between the round, the second and third round, he seemed different. Like
exactly,
something was different about him, right?
Exactly, and that's where I was. What my game plan going in, because I knew he had like really good cardio, was to stay within myself and to stay, competitive. And win rounds if I could, but the first 2 rounds I wasn't gonna like overexert myself, because I know he had like a pretty good tank. And the only thing he surprised me with by wrestling, because most people don't wrestle me because I'm usually the better wrestler. So he was like putting me in, he was like initiating wrestling positions, which is like my forte. So I'm more comfortable, I'm more calm, and I can do it longer. Frankly, wrestling, I can wrestle all day, and not get as tired as if we were in like any other discipline. So I think that was like he was winning rounds, but it was kind of a mistake for the long run, just because like I wasn't getting as tired, I wasn't getting as fatigued. He showed more signs of fatigue, like trying to lift me, like he'll lift me above his head, but then I'll land on my feet. You know what I mean? Or he'll get me down, but I'll stay up and I'm like steady doing damage. I feel like that kind of, I could see him like fatiguing. In the third round, I was like, okay, like I got, I see him fatiguing. I need to I can't, because it's only a 5-round fight. So I got to win these next 3 to win this fight, if I didn't finish him. So I was going to pick it up, third. Well, I did pick it up third round. It just didn't last that long.
You could, I mean, like I said, you could see the difference in his demeanor.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the round he was trying to wrestle you, but he couldn't really get you down.
Couldn't
keep you down.
Yeah. And that was, I think the first round, I think he took me down. He lifted me and I landed on my feet, but then he ended up taking me down. And then at the end of the round, or like a minute left, I got out and then I took him down. And then that next round, he just spent like a lot of energy, trying to get me down and couldn't really get me down, or he didn't get me down at all, and then I was able to escape a lot sooner. And then I was able to put some pressure on him. And so, I was thinking, the tails or the tails were turning or whatever in my favor. But I could definitely see, like, because I always, when I'm in the corner, I like to look at the guy, and just maybe give him some eye contact, let him know like I'm still there, like you still in the fight, or just kind of see how he's doing. You know what I mean? And I felt like I seen him like kind of avoiding eye contact with me. I kind of seen him, just like just trying to regain some fatigue, taking some deep breaths. I mean, which gives me confidence and lets me know like, hey, okay, he don't really want to be here. Let's give him a reason not be here any longer.
Yeah, it's an interesting sport because it's really one of the only sports where you're the only one in there. Like you got a team, you got other people around you, but in the end, they close the door and that's it. It's on you. How do you get yourself prepared for that mentally, man?
So for me, and a lot of people don't do it this way, which I don't know, and that's on them. I don't know. For me, I like to do a lot of things alone. I like to, be kind of self-motivated and like if you see a lot of the other guys like walk around kind of with team or walk around, you know what I mean? Just like do stuff with a lot of other people. I kind of like that alone time and that solidarity to like own up to my own actions, sort of like I want, like if I need to cut weight or if I need to do these things, I know in my heart I'm gonna be responsible for doing these things. I don't need anybody to be responsible. So I do that a lot. Like, you know what I mean? If I need to go to the store or go get something, I don't need nobody to go and get it for me or pick up anything for me because I'm self-sufficient. I can do everything myself. Of course I got team and stuff to support me if I need it. But I mean, I do a lot of stuff on my own. I feel like because I know I'm going to be in there alone. I know, I got support systems, but they're like on the outside. Like it is ultimately up to me and I got to get the job done. You know what I mean? And it's me against somebody else, like breaking somebody else's will. So I got to be able to, do those things by myself. So I do a lot of stuff on my own. I think that helps me a lot. I've just started doing it actually since the pandemic. I've been kind of diving in more to the mental aspect of MMA and like the mental side of me as a competitor and as a person. And
what does that look like?
It's been helping out.
What is that like? Yeah, tell us what that looks like for you.
So for me, I've recently added since the pandemic, I've added just like self-affirmations. Something I say to myself pretty much every day, a couple times a day, like when things get hard, when I'm doing great, like all the time. So I'll say, I'm confident and fearless in all that I do. I dominate, excite, and finish fights. And then here recently, I was saying Raufeon Stots, Bellator world champion. I was also saying like Raufeon Stots, the baddest motherfucker around. Just like stuff.
We just went X-rated, E-rated.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, so stuff that's like genuine to me, or like pertinent to me. So that's just kind of how I approach like kind of my training and my everything I do pretty much is just like I'm confident and fearless. I'm gonna go kill this. Like instead of like, oh, I gotta go to practice. Like no, I'm gonna go kill practice because I'm that's what I do. That is me. It's me now. So I've been doing that. I've also been what else?
Do you meditate?
I know I don't meditate necessarily. I listen to music like a lot. And I find that to be kind of like I don't know what you call a state. I can't call it like a Zen state because I ain't listening to nothing like Zen, but I'm listening to like kind of like not animalistic, but like kind of thuggish. That's like the headspace that I want to be in. Like it's funny he called me a bully because that's kind of how I want to, like, I'm not like that way, like on a day-to-day.
I can tell you're a father, and you're a son, you're with your family, you're good.
And I don't promote that type of stuff, but like, but when I'm fighting, I want to be encompassing. I want to be, scary, all those things, you know what I mean? So I kind of like put myself in that state of, like kill or be killed kind of attitude or mentality, you know what I mean? So so that's another thing. And also I've been taking, so since the pandemic we couldn't like go to gyms or in the beginning, we couldn't really go to gyms, so I had to kind of take a lot of my success into my own hands. So a lot of my growth and a lot of the things I want to do for my game, I've been taking into my own hands and like creating my own style, from the like techniques that I get from everybody else. So I'm going and I'm reading up on techniques and why they work and mentality and self growth. You know what I mean? So I think that's like helped a lot too. Like because as adults, I feel like it's harder for adults to when you take advice from a coach, if you don't know the why, the wins or the wheres, it's hard for you to like go full-fledged or do something to your fullest ability. It's like you could tell a child, like, hey, okay, the practice is you just running into that wall as hard as you can. And they don't have any reservations because they didn't have no like life experiences, or things to tell them like, hey, that's gonna hurt, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be sore afterwards, you know what I mean? So they'll just do it. Where us as adults, as we get older, we have these doubts and these things, that kind of like hinder us from doing things. So the more we know, the more we're confident in what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And that, and also just in general, like my mindset is like, I don't want to let any doubt like enter my mind, you know what I mean? Because there's no reason for it, you know what I mean? Or for me, in my head, there's no reason for the doubt. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do because that's me. That's what I was born to do.
Let me ask: is there less? Well, and by the way, so what you're saying is exactly the same as most of the people listening to this podcast are business owners, salespeople, professionals. So it's exactly the same, man.
And that's funny because during the pandemic, I just read what is that? What's that book? Good. It was what's his name? Dave Ramsey's book. I read Dave Ramsey's book, and that's like that's what like put me on to like
you gotta read some Grant Cardone books, bro. You know who Grant Cardone is?
No, I don't know Grant Cardone.
Well, let me know. I'll send you a copy of his book, man. He's got a 10X rule. It's just hardcore mindset. He's a billionaire. He does really well. He's all over social media, man. You should.
And that's like my first like entry into like financial literacy because I had none. You know what I mean? I just didn't know anything. Yeah. But a lot of the things he was saying were like they related to to my MMA career or just like my mindset on things. So
Dave Ramsey is really like conservative in a lot of ways.
Especially in his approach. But the things he was saying like where he was like live like no one else so you can live like no one else. So like you're gonna stay down and you're gonna do the work and you're gonna like kind of like not mindlessly but like it's gonna suck for a little bit, you know what I mean? So like just like with training, I'm falling in love kind of with the like process of training, like I said, I'm like confident and fearless. Like every day I'm going to training or when stuff is hard, no matter what happens. And then, the results are going to come, you know what I mean? So later on, the results are going to come. And it's this other, things like that kind of relate.
Yeah, that's good. I never really thought of Dave Ramsey from that perspective, but now that you say it, you're right, because that's something he preaches is you sacrifice now so that down the road, you have a lot of opportunity because you have no debt. But someone like you could be a millionaire soon anyway, so you don't have to worry about
for sure. Hell yeah.
So let me ask you this: with the with your win streak, is it easier to be confident now than it was, or have you just always been confident like that?
No, it's definitely like the more I win, the easier it is to be confident, and I just gotta be like aware.
Because you have more self, like you believe in it. I mean, sure.
Yeah, it's like more proof. I got like more proof that I'm, what I say I am. So yeah, it's definitely like easier to believe it. And I was 8-0 at one point, and I was kind of confident, or I was really confident then too. But it was kind of like a blind confidence. I wasn't like I'm confident now, but I'm aware that everybody's dangerous. I'm aware that people can do anything, or stuff can happen. MMA is like a crazy sport. You train your hardest, and it still not work out just because stuff happens. But I'm aware of those things now, and I feel like I'm more ready. I feel like I'm ready for like shots coming at me. Things changing, outlandish things. I'm talking right now. Sorry.
I got a few more questions for you, man. I'll let you get back to your family. Who is do you have a favorite fighter and why? Somebody you look up to?
So the person I've been looking up to for the longest time, actually it's two people, but one person is Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson, he just like
he went undefeated, right? Did he have a
so he went undefeated for the long he lost like early in his career, maybe his like third fight. And then he went on he was like the longest reigning UFC champion there was. And then even the fight that he lost, I felt like he won. But yeah, and he just lost maybe a fight ago in one. He went to One FC and lost in a different organization. But yeah, he's somebody I look up to because he's like he's good everywhere, you know. He doesn't, when people fight him, he doesn't really have a lot of holes in his game, you know. And I thought that was like really, you know, spectacular because most people are like expertise in something, but then you kind of know like the path to go to be them. Where I felt like
he was rounded.
Demetrius, yeah, he was well rounded. Like there wasn't like a gaping hole anywhere, you know, for somebody to be like, oh, I'm gonna attack that. I'm gonna attack his cardio, or hey, I'm gonna attack his jujitsu. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then the other person I look up to, and just probably because I know him personally, was Tyron Woodley. Just because I know like his story and I know where he came from and you know what he's been able to accomplish, and he's like the knowledge he's imparted to me, you know. That's like the other one of my favorites.
Did you see his fight with Jake Paul?
I did see his fight with Jake Paul, and you know, he's still my favorite, even though you know that happened. You know,
I think Tyrone has a lot of talent. He just never could win the big one, which is tough.
I mean, he did. He was like UFC champion for like 4 fights.
You're actually, you're right.
You know, and he was. I mean,
you're right.
And that's one of the things I like learn. I feel like from like it's like once you're on top, it's hard to stay on top. It's like super hard. Everybody's picking you apart. Everybody's gunning for you. You got a little more in the bank, so you're not as motivated. Some people, you know what I mean. So it's a hard thing to do. And with Tyron, he's like he's doing a lot of things. You know, he's doing movies, he's doing music, he's doing, you know. And I don't want to make that excuse like, oh, that's why he's you know suffering. But it's a lot. It's a lot to do. You know, he's got a lot of kids. You know,
I mean, you can tell he's tough, massively fit, and maybe in the end, mentally he wasn't. And
then at the end of the day, too, time gets us all. You know, we all can only do this so long, and we can only do it at a high level for so long. You know what I mean? You know, time is gonna catch up to every single one of us. So.
Yeah, amen. So a couple things. You got the tournament coming up.
Yep.
You gonna win that?
Yeah, I'm gonna win that. Yes, sir. Confident and fearless. Yeah. Raufeon Stots, bantamweight Grand Prix champion.
I love it, man. I love it. And here's something interesting. That I don't know if you know that girl, Justine Kish. Do you know who she is?
Kish. Yeah. Yeah.
I met her a few times. She fought the day before. Yeah.
No. She fought the night. She fought that night.
Right, I think
the fight before. Yeah, right before me. Yeah.
And I saw her a couple times. I knew her from the show, The Ultimate Fighter. She was on The Ultimate Fighter.
Oh yeah.
And she wasn't very popular on the show, but anyway, I saw her a few times, and I ended up talking to her, and I asked her. I said, "You're gonna win the fight?" And she said, "Absolutely." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh damn!"
Yeah.
She said, "Listen, I train." And I says to her, and this was a lesson for me because I said to her. So you're looking forward to just getting over with? She's like, I ain't looking forward to getting anything over with. I'm looking forward to
Yeah, exactly. And that's the mindset you gotta have, you know.
And I said, damn, that I like that a lot. Like that's strong.
Hell yeah. Like I want to be in there and I want to feel that. I want to, you know, feel the pressure and feel like that's real stuff, you know. Because I mean, it's a lot of people, and I feel like those are like the true people that are like not only enjoying their career or whatever, but those are the people who are like in big moments. Like that was a big moment. She fought a Hawaiian girl, like one of Hawaii's like most popular.
She lost 4 in a row too, or something too.
And she lost 4 in a row. Yeah, like, and that was like a huge moment, you know. And I feel like her being confident in fact, like I'm gonna compete. It's gonna be tough, but I'm like, I'm willing, I'm ready for that. Like I want that, you know. It's different. That's different than it's like a whole different mindset than being like, oh, I gotta get through this. You know what I mean? Okay, because if I'm just gonna get through this, you know, I'm just gonna do enough. I'll just do enough to kind of what's the name. But she's gonna be like, or her attitude is like, I'm gonna be big in every one of those situations. Okay, when she's winning, maybe I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, be strong, be confident, you know. That takes a special person.
Absolutely. Yeah, I sense that in her as well. So Final question for you. Well, UFC, man, are you you shooting towards the UFC, or does it? I'm guessing you want to, right? Isn't the UFC like the pinnacle, man?
Yeah, so here's the thing with like the UFC. So the UFC is a different organization than Bellator. I wouldn't say like the UFC is like better. I would say the UFC does a better job of promoting their brand. So they promote their brand really well. So a lot of people like know about the UFC.
It's a lot of the same fighters, right? A lot of the same fighters.
Yeah, some fighters like kind of cross and go over to UFC, or some come to Bellator. For me, like so pretty much I'm a prize fighter, right? So when I was first offered the UFC, I was they didn't see as much markability, or they didn't see very much value in me. So like Bellator seen more value in me. And like if that's holding true through my 6 fights, you know, I have more Bellator values me a lot. I can tell by the paychecks that they pay me. I don't know, like my UFC counterparts don't they aren't as valued as much. So for me, I don't really care about like the UFC. Like I care about what the UFC can provide me. And like the name and the markability, that's cool. But you know, my kids get fed off of paychecks, so that's I'm loyal to Bellator as long as they value me. And then also, even before I even think about like the UFC, I got 2 fights in this tournament, you know, and this tournament is worth $1 million at the end. Like that's more than a lot of the UFC fighters, not the very top of the like Conor McGregor or you know, big like super big names, but also I'm not like a huge name, you know what I mean, in the like world. So so yeah, not yet. You're right. So like if that time comes, you know, that time comes. But now, like I got this fight in the or these 2 fights. Also got to maybe fight my teammate who's also a champ. So that's like a big fight that I might have. And then we'll see kind of what happens after that. But right now I'm focused on, you know, I'm focused on this tournament. I got to win this tournament. I got to win these next couple fights, and then I'll see. But right now I'm not like, I ain't going nowhere no time soon. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know they're gonna be calling you anyway when you win that tournament. So they're gonna be like,
and that's the other thing. Like I'm not going there for a pay cut. I don't like those letters to me don't really mean a lot to me. Like it's like how much do you value me? You know what I mean? that's what means a lot to me. You know, because like I'm doing this for my family. Like I don't care. I really don't care like what people think of me. You know, like I believe I'm the best. I don't really care if people believe I'm the best. I'll train and I'll win fights like I'm who I say I am. Like as far as like public opinion, like, oh, you're not the best because you haven't fought for the UFC or you haven't fought these guys. Because I know in myself what I'm capable of. I also see who I train with, and I see, you know, how good I am. I don't need to prove it to nobody, you know. They want me to go to the UFC because everybody wants to see. They need proof that I'm who I say I am, pretty much. But I mean, I don't really care. I know what I know. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Awesome, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I met your son Clarence.
Yeah,
we have the same birthday, which is pretty wild.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we have a birthday party next week. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, mine's coming up too. So happy birthday to him. Yeah. You have other children as well?
Yep, I got a Ketchiku. He's turning a year, May 18th. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations! Amazing. Taurus as well. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let me ask you this question. In everything you've shared today, listen, it doesn't matter if you're a UFC fighter, you're a business owner, you're a salesperson, and you're going for that sale. The mindset, it's the mindset, it's the confidence, it's the believing in yourself, right? It's like how you said affirmation. I say affirmations. Like I do the same thing every day. I'm confident. I call myself a confident machine, a confident master.
Yeah.
So awesome. Then it's interesting. Sometimes I'll be in situations in rooms and there'll be a lot of people and I'll be like, should I say something? And then in this little voice in my mind says, of course you should say something. You're a confident master. You just fucking raise your hand, right?
Exactly, man.
Wild when you do that because
over and over, and then it's just like things like happen. You know what I mean? And that coupled with hard work and consistency, obviously.
100%.
Yeah, you know, and it's crazy. Like the thing like you really put into the universe, like what what you work for and what you speak and what you affirm. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see.
What does path to mastery mean to you?
Path to mastery means just like the journey to becoming your best. Like that's like the literal the journey, not like the destination, but the process of getting there. So for me, it's like consistently hard work, consistently believe in myself, consistently no matter how good or bad I feel, progressing. So that's what that means to me.
I love it, man. Great answer. How do people follow you, get in touch with you if they need to, but at least follow you? And you want to watch your journey as you continue and win that belt. I'm gonna be watching you as well. Don't forget about me, man. When you
yes, sir.
All right, so you're gonna hook me up with some other fighters to interview back in the day
for sure. Hell yeah. Right. So you can hit me up on Raufeon Stots on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm also, what is this app? Clubhouse?
Yeah, Clubhouse.
I'm on Clubhouse just today. I just got to Clubhouse. Raufeon Stots, one word. So hit me up.
All right, boss. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And I wish you the best of luck with your journey, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.